जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू माई चैनल। अब हम SOC 101 का लेक्चर 23 कर रहे हैं। इसके जो हाईलाइटेड वो ऑलरेडी मैंने दे दिए हुए हैं, तो अब मैंने सोचा कि इसके भी हम वो कर लेते हैं ओरल में। ठीक है, मैं रीड आउट करूँगी, जो चीज़ें कुछ समझाने वाली होंगी वो बता दूँगी, समझा दूँगी। तो चलें स्टार्ट करते हैं। Max Weber, 1864 to 1920, built his approach to satisfaction on the analysis developed by Marx, but he modified and elaborated it. Like Marx, Weber regarded society as characterized by conflicts over power and resources, yet where Marx saw polarized class relations and economic issues at the heart of all conflict. Weber developed a more complex, multi-dimensional view of society. Social satisfaction is not simply a matter of class, according to Weber, but is also shaped by two other aspects: status and power. These three overlapping elements of satisfaction produce an enormous number of possible positions inequality within society, rather than the rigid bipolar model which Marx proposed. Status in Weber's theory refers to differences between social groups in the social honor or prestige they are accorded by others. Power, the third element of social class, is the ability to control others even against their wishes. Weber agreed with Marx that property is a major source of the power, but he added that it is not the only source. Workers process skills. The distribution of skills can be controlled. Increase skills marketability. Marx Weber. Marx relationship to mean of production in all important. Weber focused more on the market position of those in employment. Marx increasing polarity between classes and revolution. Weber growth of white collar class that would mitigate against the collapse of capitalism. Uh, Marx class all embarrassing fact of life Weber separate political status factors to come into play. जी तो नेक्स्ट हमारा लेक्चर 24 थ्योरीज ऑफ क्लास एंड सोशल सेटिस्फैक्शन ये थर्ड social inequality plays a vital part in the operation of society. This argument was put forth by Kingsley Davis and Wilbert Moore in 1945. Davis and Moore approach 1945 explain it like this. Some of positions are functionally more important. Some roles can only be taken by certain individuals. High skills to be paid higher rewards. They have to be provided higher status. System is functional to latter, it is misguided. Criticism, ये तो कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट हमारे पास है लेक्चर 25. तो ये हमारे पास सोशल क्लास एज सब कल्चर, the language, beliefs, values, norms, behaviors, and the material objects that are possessed by people and are passed on from one generation to the next is the usual definition of culture. Study hard so you can do well and become a success someday. Culture poverty assumes that the values and behaviors of the poor make them fundamentally different from other people, and that these factors largely are responsible for their poverty, and that parents perpetuate poverty across generations by passing these characteristics to their children. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास नेक्स्ट लेक्चर 26th लेक्चर है सोशल मोबिलिटी. सोशल मोबिलिटी इज़ एन एक्ट ऑफ मूविंग फ्रॉम वन social class to another. The amount of the movement up and down the class structure would indicate the extent of the social mobility relevant in the society. वर्टिकल मोबिलिटी. अच्छा, तो यहाँ पर है सोशल मोबिलिटी कैन बी क्लासिफाइड. ठीक है, तो ये सोशल मोबिलिटी की कुछ क्लासेस हैं. ये कौन कौन सी हैं? वर्टिकल मोबिलिटी, हॉरिजॉन्टल, लिटरल, इंटरजनरेशनल. ठीक, ये हैं सारी की सारी मोबिलिटी डिटरमिन्स. नहीं, ये इतनी ही है. ठीक है, ये भी है मोबिलिटी डिटरमिन्स. ये हो गए हमारे 1 2 4 5 6 हैं इसके. ठीक है, टोटल क्लासेस. ठीक है, तो यहाँ हम देख लेते हैं वर्टिकल मोबिलिटी, द मूवमेंट ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स एंड ग्रुप्स. आप or down their socio-economic scale. Next है horizontal mobility, the movement of individuals and groups in similar socio-economic positions. Lateral mobility, it is a geographical movement between neighborhood towns or regions. Intergenerational mobility consists of movement up and down the satisfaction system by numbers of a single generation. Next, intergenerational mobility consists of movement up and down the satisfaction system by members of successive generations of family. Mobility determinants three main factors that affect mobility. ठीक है, तो ये इफ़ेक्ट्स हैं हमारे पास मोबिलिटी के लिए। ये फैक्टर्स हैं जो इफ़ेक्ट करते हैं मोबिलिटी को। स्ट्रक्चरल फैक्टर, इंडिविजुअल फैक्टर, और कौन सा है यहाँ पर, डेफिनेशनल, डिफरेंशियल, फर्टिलिटी बाय सोशल क्लास। तो structural factors are the ones which determine that relative proportion of high status positions to be filled and the ease of getting them. Individual factors, while structural factors may determine the proportion of high status, well-paid positions in society, individual factors greatly affect which persons get them. In UK, 50% daughters of professional and managerial households enter non and manual job in intermediate level with little chance of work-life upward mobility. Interaction of all factors, all of the above affect us interests and have a cumulative effect on the mobility of a person. Costs, while social mobility permits society to fill its occupational vacancies with the most able people and offers the individual a chance to attain his or her life goal. It is also involves certain costs. General observations, social mobility, the long-term trend in social mobility has been upward within a single generation. Social mobility, at least among men, has been fairly high. इसका क्या है, with the shift toward industrial economies, there are prospects of enhanced job opportunities resulting in greater scope of upward mobility. Next है lecture 27. The family global variety. The family is a social institution that unites individuals into cooperative groups that oversees the bearing and rearing of children. Family, a social group of two or more people related by blood, marriage, or adoption who usually will live together. Who feel that they belong together and wish to define themselves as a family, household, kinship, nuclear family, conjugal family, extended family, family of orientation, family of prostration. ठीक है, ये है हमारे पास इसकी। और यहाँ पर है हमारे पास हाउस होल्ड. इट consists of all people who occupy the same housing unit. Kinship, social bond based on blood, marriage, and or adoption that joins individuals in those families. Nuclear family, two married adults living together in a household without their children. तो यहाँ पर this is also called a conjugal family. Extended family, when close relatives other than a marriage couple and children live either the same household or in a close and continuous relationship with one another. Family orientation, after a family in which an individual group grows up, usually one it is in it as well. Family of procreation, family formation by the individuals themselves. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास मैरिज पैटर्न्स. legally sanctioned relationship of two or more people, usually involving economic cooperation and as well as normative sexual activities and child bearing that people expect to be enduring cultural norms as well as laws identify people as suitable or unsuitable marriage partners. जी, तो ये कुछ हमारे पास मैरिज पैटर्न्स हैं. एंडोगैमी, एक्सोगैमी, मोनोगैमी, पॉलीगैमी, पॉलीगमी है. उसके बाद है पॉलीएंड्री. Endogamy, the practice of mate selection from some social category. It limits marriage prospects to others of the same age, race, religion, or social class. Exogamy, the practice that mandates marriage between different social categories. It could imply in caste taboo, which could also be transformed into written law. Monogamy, a form of marriage, a form of marriage joining two partners at a time. The two partners are only in one union. The two partners may divorce and enter into a new union at a time, which may be referred to as serial monogamy. This practice is mostly followed in technologically advanced societies. Polygamy, a form of marriage uniting three or more people. It could take different forms of many unions. Polygamy exists in three specific forms, including poly. Pol Polygamy, a form of marriage uniting one male and two or more female. Islamic nations permit men up to four wives, though they have to fulfill certain conditions. Polyandry, a form of marriage uniting one female with two or more males. This pattern appears only rarely. Next, group marriage. Group marriage of men marrying a group of women. It is an odd situation. Residential pattern. Patrilocal, matrilocal, neolocal. Next, patterns of descent. Patrilineal, matrilineal, bilateral. Patterns of authority, patriarchy, matriarchy, egalitarian. Next, lecture 28, functions of family. तो ये हम स्टार्ट करेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.